Hello, Power People. Welcome to Jazzy in Africa. My name is Jazzy Jalay, also known as Jalay, and I know you're waiting. You're waiting to hear who won the contest, who won the raffle, of Mother's Day in the Motherland. Now, for those of you that know, I do what I say I'm going to do. Yes, I do what I say I'm going to do. But today, we are not making an announcement for the raffle. And let me tell you why. I am going to be leaving what is known now to be the Imani House. Will be changing locations. Yeah, I know. Changing locations. And I tried my best to not make that happen, not have that happen. I did not want that to happen. I am waiting the last day, at the last hour, to put this video together so that I could share in full exactly why I am postponing the raffle date. The raffle is still going on. It's going to be a little bit different, obviously, because it's not going to be at this location. But today I had to make sure that before I did this video, I spoke to my attorneys. I had to make sure before doing this video that I dotted all my I's and crossed all my T's. Censorship. There's a lot of censorship going on. So there's certain things we can and cannot say. When I moved in, and many times when you move into places here, everything is prepaid. People don't really finance homes and everything here. Cars and a lot of things are not financed. They are paid for. People build their homes, and when they build their homes, they're their homes. And then they rent them if they don't live in them. If they buy their cars, most of the time, they buy their cars. So when you rent a home, everything is prepaid. You get a year lease, 6-month lease. Most of the time it's about a year. You either pay every 3 months, every 6 months, or you pay for the year. Many times you can negotiate and you can, pay for 3 months, 6 months. I am so happy that I paid for 3 months, people. I actually had spoken to my attorney a couple of weeks ago and said, I believe I want to go back to my landlord and extend the lease because I've done so much work that I don't want, after my lease is up, that, someone else comes in and lives off of my work. So we were definitely discussing me extending that based on what's going on with COVID, based on me being in school and being told when an apartment should be ready for me in the States. So I'm sheltering in place, right? So when I moved out here and, I took the 3 months and started to, build and do and all of this stuff to make the Imani House appear. Things that normally happen when you move into a place, and we know in the States, when you move in, landlord's gonna fix all of the things that they say they're gonna fix. In this case, my landlord never got around to it. And I just kept moving full speed ahead, because I had things to do. I had a time frame that I was attempting to do it in. And sometimes, particularly people coming from America, it appears that we have a lot more than people that may be here. Now, don't get it twisted, because people are living lovely here. They have a lot of beautiful homes here. People drive beautiful cars, top cars. In my case, and what I've experienced and what I have been told by others, people can perceive that you have more than what you do. So when I began to fix up, there's a major problem with this place. Major problem with this place. Next day after I launched the promotion, Leak is coming from the ceiling, out the wall, down by the electrical, and there's a puddle of water that is just there. So I called the landlord and expressed that there's a major situation going on, and can you please address it? Let's say days, people. Days went by. So we turned off the water. The foodies came and they turned off the water. 7 days later, I'm not hearing anything, nothing's going on. And I'm like, what is going on here? Well, went into another room in the kitchen on the backside and saw where the water was coming from upstairs. Now it's coming down by the kitchen on the wall, and every day it's just expanding. Now, what's interesting about this, the water is off, but this thing is expanding, like the water is still there, or maybe it had been sitting, but it's now manifesting on the wall. And then mold started growing. Still have not heard from the landlord, and now there's black mold growing on the wall. So I called the landlord and I'm like, absolutely no way, this is unacceptable. And I got a barrage of excuses. But I had made up my mind when I saw that mold, I was moving. Now, unlike America, there's no sheetrock here. Everything is cinder block. So where initially when I was thinking about the mold, I was thinking, oh my gosh, it's in the walls, but it's not that way here. Can't get in the walls because there is no walls. It's cinder block. But it was cascading, and it was the water that had collected, and the mold, the moisture and all of that formed the mold. I'm like, wait a minute. So I called the landlord, and she kind of like brushed me off. And I called her and I told her there is mold, I'm moving out, I'm not living like this, you know, you haven't lived up to the contract. And all of a sudden the wheels were turning. The problems were going to get fixed. The plumber came and he did his work and he put down the floor and he stopped the leak and all this stuff. Great. And then you present me with a $410,207.50 water bill, which tells me there is a big problem. There is a big problem because now when you go in the kitchen, the water is no longer clear. This morning, March 5th, coming out of the drain, and I'm told the problem is fixed. Now there will be an Imani House. Trust me when I say that. It may not be this place, and as you guys know, I have put a lot into this place, my heart. I posted a video on Jazzy in Africa on YouTube just to give you an idea of how beautiful I believe this place was. And it still is. And I created the Imani House as a tribute to my deceased daughter, Imani House.